put on computer.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. And sorry about that introduction. We were having a moment.
Well, it said recording, and then it went away, and I was like,
But we're here now, and thanks everyone for tuning in again to our wonderful chats. I'm Rosetta, if I didn't mention that. And today, the tea I'm drinking is, and you know everybody, if you've been watching our videos, I love licorice root. So I found one called organic licorice root. There you go. From Whole Foods, and it's 100%
wow,
organic. And
all licorice.
all licorice. And the ingredients are 100. What does it say? Oh God, my eyesight's so bad. It says, goodness, 1,500 milligrams of licorice root. That's it. There you go. Organic
Nice,
licorice root.
nice.
So, had it seeping. Here you go. Cheers, Gloria.
Cheers,
Cheers, everyone who's
cheers,
watching. All
cheers.
right. What are you drinking, Gloria?
And I went back to my standby. You know, I love this tea. I think I only have a few bags of it left. It's called Radiant Beauty. And as a beauty girl, what else would I love to drink? It is aloe vera, acelera, rose hip, elderberries, and blueberries. That's it. Simple,
Nice.
pure, nice, and
Nice,
easy.
nice, nice.
Cheers.
Cheers again.
Yes. So before we get started, I'm going to let Rosetta go back and do the, if you like our chat.
Oh, goodness me. We're okay. I'm having another moment here. Yeah, I usually mention that everybody, as you know, we like to say, if you like our videos, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe below, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our chats. That's what we like you to do. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. So we always kick off our chats with Ellen. Ellen reminds us every day, Monday through Friday, to be kind to one another and to listen to one another. All the things that she went through over the summer has really honed her into listening. So we want you to also listen to one another. We're also going to talk a little bit about global warming. As you know, here where Rosetta and I live, there's lots of fires. Our poor little state has just been on fire. It has just been catastrophic. And then it left California and it started to expand out. We're still having fires. Colorado is really experiencing high fires right now. Washington State has calmed down as we have calmed down here. I did some research on the fires, and the glass fire is what is known as Sonoma and Napa is 100% contained. We're so grateful to hear that information. And there are other fires that I wanted to give you a very quick update on. The Doe fire is 91% contained. The Creek fire is 61% contained. The Cameron fire is 98% contained. So California is getting it a little bit better under control. We are praying that Colorado will also be doing the same, and things will get much better and their citizens will be safe. Also, you know, a lot of the eastern states have been experiencing hurricanes back to back to back. The devastation has been really, really bad. Those states are now being impacted by snow. So we have gone from rain to snow. So you see blue tarps on the roofs from the hurricanes being filled with white snow. So once again, be kind to one another, listen to one another, and love one another. We know that this is just very, very, very hard times for everyone.
Yes, everyone, please. This is just, you know, these days are very, very unprecedented. And yeah, just as Laura said, be kind to one another.
Absolutely. So we're going to do our COVID update. As we always remind everyone, please wear your mask. Um, I was talking to a friend that lives in Sacramento, and she said that some people do and some people don't. Don't do that, please. I'm begging you. If not for yourself, if not for your family, if not for your friends, please do it for the frontline people. Our nurses and doctors are getting exhausted. They are tired. And for them to see people out partying, it's like I'm putting my life on the line every day and you don't care because you don't think it can affect you. Please, please wear your mask. Right now, we're getting about 57,000 new cases per day of coronavirus. They're saying that we're on track to hit over 300,000 by the end of the year. Please wear your mask. The current numbers are 40.9 million plus worldwide. We have had 1.13 million plus loss of lives, and worldwide, 28 million plus have recovered. Here in the United States, we have had 8.3 million plus total cases. We have had 221, excuse me, yes, we have had 221,000 plus loss of lives. And in California specific, we have had 887,000 plus cases and about 17,000 plus loss of lives. I could not find the recovery numbers for domestic wide United States. This is very, very disheartening because like most of you, I want to know how we're doing. Are we getting better? Are we learning from our mistakes? And so one of the things that I did is I went to look at international because, I think numbers are power. So in India, they've had 7.65 million cases, 6.8 million have recovered. Brazil, 5.28 million cases, 4.72 million recovered. Argentina, 1.02 million cases, 830,000 recovered. It just gives you a positive swing on things when we know people are getting better.
Yes, yeah, it really does. We need to know the numbers. We really do. That's important to us.
Yes. And we have also noticed, Rosetta and I, that there is a bigger uptick in our children. I don't know what is it going to take for a parent to be a parent. My mom is 85 and she's my mom and she pulls rank all the time. She goes, I know you've grown. However, this is what you're going to do. And I think our parents need to become parents and they need to get our children to realize if we all keep acting out, we're not going to get this under control. And, this kind of leads us into, a conversation that we're going to be having in a little bit with a guest speaker.
Yes, we have a guest speaker today. We're so excited. And as Gloria said, it's a conversation that we've had many times on our chats. And we talk about this all the time about how we raise our children in our society today and what parents really need to be doing. And if they need more help, how can they get more help? So the person that I'm going to be, this guest speaker we have today, her name is Lois McGuire. And she is going to be coming on as a guest speaker in a couple minutes. And she's going to be talking all about that. And I'm going to explain everything that as parents, we really need to be the first person or the first people that are the ones that are creating that lifestyle culture for our kids. It's so important, as Gloria and myself always say, everything comes from top down, whether it's a
Yes.
household, in a company, in a corporation, in a business, top down. People seek advice top down, and just like our country, top down. So,
Yeah.
so this special guest, I'm very, very excited, and we're going
Yes.
to have her in.
Yes. So with the COVID, there's Lois.
Yes, she's going to be coming in.
Hi. Hello.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Hello. This is
Hello.
Lois, our special guest, Lois McGuire. And I want to just introduce her real quick before we delve into the juicy parts. So, Lois McGuire has had an extensive 35-year career in education, both teaching and in leadership. She began her career as a fourth and fifth grade teacher, then became an assistant superintendent of schools from K to 12 in a diverse school system. She retired as a superintendent of schools of a highly acclaimed K to 12 school district. And over the 35 years, she's achieved many accomplishments in the areas of supervision, curriculum development, and direction. And she's also won several awards. And currently, she is retired living in Florida and is now the author of a book called Don't Be That Kid at Home, Don't Be That Kid at School, and Don't Be That Kid at School Resource Guide. So, welcome. I was about to say, welcome, Gloria. Welcome, Lois.
Welcome. We're so happy to have you join us.
Well, thank you. It is my pleasure. I'm going to try and bring this a little closer so you can see me. You can see me.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you. And we, as Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea, we love to always sprinkle in how we raise our kids. And
Yes.
it is the parents that need to be the advocate for the kids, because kids are relying on our parents to teach them, right? So we want to be able to raise them so they become respectable young adults. So Lois, can you explain to the audience, people watching out there, why you decided to write this book, Don't Be That Kid?
Absolutely. Throughout my career, as Rosetta had mentioned, I started as an elementary school teacher, taught fourth and fifth grade for 10 years, and then went through the ranks and ended up retiring as a superintendent of schools. I always felt that we didn't spend enough time on values, on proper behavior, on teaching character traits. I'm talking about honesty. I'm talking about taking responsibility for your actions, respecting elders, respecting others' space, because we all have our own little space and we need to respect that. Talking about good sportsmanship, kindness, cooperating. I can go on and on and on. And I always wanted to write children's books after I retired to help parents, to help grandparents, to help teachers be able to teach these skills. Because if we don't teach them when children are young, it's much more difficult to teach them as they get older and older. They get into middle school, they get into high school, and then they become young adults. By the time they're young adults, their behavior is ingrained and it's really difficult to change it. And that's why people end up having to go to therapy to try and revert back to their childhood to be able to learn the skills to make them successful. Quite frankly, it's difficult to write a children's book, and I couldn't wrap my head around it. And then one day, our entire family was out to dinner, and one of the little ones took his milk and with his straw started flinging it around the table. And it was annoying. And he's a good kid, but it was just annoying. And his older cousin turned to him and said, "Hey, don't be that kid." And the whole table cracked up. And I said, "Josh, how did you get that expression?" And he said, "I don't know. It came out of my mouth." And that's how Don't Be That Kid started. I went home, I Googled it, couldn't find it. So I sat down and wrote what I believe to be the 15 most critical values that children need to be taught. And then I wrote scenes around it. I know that children love rhymes, wrote rhymes around it, and Don't Be That Kid at School was born. And parents can read the book, talk about the scenes, and start to translate what's happening with our goat to what's happening with their child in a very non-threatening manner. I know that teachers have a difficult time infusing character values in their classroom. So I wrote the Don't Be That Kid at School resource guide. It's filled with activities separated into K1, grades 2, 3, and 4, 5. So every single scene has activities to go with the scene. So when you're talking about being kind, I have kindness activities that are fun for children to do and easy to explain what kindness is. So many people across the country asked me to write one for home, so that last year I wrote Don't Be That Kid at Home. So our kid is still misbehaving, but now he's at home. But here's the important thing. In both books, in the Don't Be That Kid at School book, he wakes up in the morning. In the Don't Be That Kid at Home book, he's in a timeout. Both books, he looks in the mirror. Who am I? What kind of a kid am I? How do I need to change? And then I have a collage of him doing the right thing. So you go back into the book, find the scene. How does he have to change to get in the collage? It opens up dialogue. And if we don't have dialogue with our children, we're doomed to failure.
I agree.
That's why I wrote the books.
Yes, I completely agree.
Very, very powerful. And as an educator yourself, you've probably through the years, you probably know, and as we all know, that it all stems from the parents, but really nothing has really changed in regards to how we teach our kids, right? All the kids need to be taught the same thing. Do you agree, Lois, about that?
Yeah, but I think that what has to happen as a family, I think the missing piece sometimes is that families never sit down and talk about their family values. What does your family believe in? In my resource guide, I have a sheet that parents can fill out. It is a family crest where you can put your family values in this crest after a discussion. Think about it. Thanksgiving is coming. And if you're sitting around the table, if you're fortunate to be able to have people come over your home or go out to a restaurant, usually you talk about, what you're thankful for. I would like everyone to extend that to talk about what are our family values. As a family, do we believe in honesty? Do we believe in hard work? Do we believe in loyalty? What do we believe in? Once you determine what your family values are, you can then start to teach them to your child. If you haven't had that conversation, it's not easy. You need to really crack down, and it's a fun activity to do as a family, sitting around and talking about it. It will make your family stronger. It definitely will.
Yeah, we love that. I just love that idea of not just only saying what you're thankful for, but what is it that your values are as a family, because that actually inspires that whole lifestyle culture, which I really love. And for anyone watching out there, if you love the books, again, the books are Don't Be That Kid at Home, Don't Be That Kid at School. And for any educators, we have that Don't Be That Kid School Resource Guide. And we will put the links below so that you can click on them and check them out on her website. But if you'd like to order, she does have a couple of ways that you can order on Amazon and also barnesandnoble.com. So as always, we have the links below if that's what you like. And do you have any questions, Gloria, for Lois?
As a matter of fact, I do. During a lot of the conversations that Rosetta and I have, we talk about how it's almost like parenting has gone away. I don't want to be your parent. I want to be your friend. And, I think that's a big mistake. And yesterday, I'm still shocked. I was just mortified. 15 children decapitated a teacher because they were mad about something that the teacher posted in France. How did our kids get to the point where they are so comfortable with violence and I love your book title, Don't Be That Kid, because I would hope that parents would use this as a teaching moment and say, don't do that. Don't even think about that. If you thought about that, your mama, I would take you out. Don't be hurting people. Be kind. Bring love. I mean, have you noticed that, being an educator, that there's a trend of violence that's just like been, acceptable to our kids?
There's a difference between a group of children doing something as violent as decapitating a teacher. I mean, that is very, very serious. These are dangerous children. Now, children tend to be followers. So you had to have one or two of those students being the leaders of that. And then a bunch of children just, so I don't think that all 15 necessarily, I haven't read the article, so I'm just guessing that I'm not sure that all 15 children were in physically involved in this deplorable act, but they were following it. Now, I want you to think about the importance of that. Whether it is a violent act like that or merely stealing something in a supermarket, which there are kids who do that.
Right.
They don't know the difference between honesty and they want it and they take it. You have to teach your children the values and the skills to be able to stand up for themselves and be able to walk away, go to authorities. Something as violent as beheading was planned. You just don't spur of the moment decide to do something like that. So kids, people talked about it. They got a whole bunch of other kids involved. Someone needed to have the inner fortitude and be taught by their parents to go to the police.
Right.
Now, you have to be a very strong child to be able to walk away from your friends and not participate in something like that. But if you had parents who put in the time and were teaching you strong family values, you could be that child to do that. You walk into a store and someone says to you, let's steal that blouse, let's steal something from Target. Someone has to say, no, that is wrong. It's illegal, and I'm honest. And we're walking out of the store, or I'm walking out of the store.
Mm-hmm.
If you have been taught since you're a little boy or girl all these virtuous things, you will have the inner fortitude to do it. But when parents don't parent and instead feel guilty that they're working, feel guilty that they don't have a lot of time to spend with their child, so they take their child to 5 different activities in 3 days to keep them busy, instead of sitting and having a conversation, reading a book to your child, talking to your child. Parents don't sit at the dining room table and say, how was your day? I'll start. Mom starts about her day, goes to son, goes to daughter. Everyone has to tell about their day, what worked. What I like about my 2 books is this. When our little kid wakes up and looks in the mirror, he is doing self-reflection. I believe we need to teach children how to do self-reflection. What worked today, and how can I build upon that? What didn't work today, and what do I need to do to improve that? I do that every single day of my life. I end my day thinking about my day. What worked, what didn't. That's a skill. And as parents, as adults, we can teach children that so that they are strong enough to say, you guys can all be smoking pot. I'm not doing it.
Right.
Hard. Very difficult. Very difficult.
Yes.
But you can do it. You
Yes.
can do it.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Lois, for coming on. And you have so much wisdom to
Thank
teach
Yes.
everyone. And we love these books. And everyone, please remember, we want to really be advocates for our children so that they
Yes.
become smart, kind, as we always say, be kind to one another, kind human beings. So,
Yes.
Lois, we want to thank you so much for coming on to our chat this week.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes,
you.
it was
Anytime. I love meeting you gals, and you know how passionate I am about this,
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
Yes.
not just about academics.
yes. We will
It's
have
about the
True.
whole child.
yeah, we have
Yeah.
all Lois's information and the links to how you can get her book and her website. And again, it's Don't Be That Kid. So thank you so much, Lois. And
Thank you, and
Thank
thanks for
you.
inviting me anytime. My pleasure.
yes, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
We
Have a
look forward
Thank
to
you,
great
the
ladies.
next conversation.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day.
okay.
You too.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was very interesting. I think, we should do another phase because, like she said, it's more than academic. So I love that.
Yeah, we could just, it's amazing how much a plethora of wealth of knowledge she has on this particular subject on kids and everything, obviously, because she's had an extensive 35 years. But yeah,
Exactly. Amazing.
yeah.
So we're going to move on into protesting in America. I don't know if a lot of you are aware, there's a new update on the Breonna Taylor case. Initially, there was one juror that hired his own lawyer to get him the ability to talk because he didn't feel comfortable with the outcome of the verdict as it was shared with America. So now there are two jurors who have hired outside counsel, and they were not given information. As an example, they were not presented with anything related to homicide charges. I'm sorry, there was a young woman killed. That's homicide. So they want an opportunity to talk out so we all will learn behind the scenes about the discussion. Also, Sergeant Jonathan I think it's Mattingly. He was on Good Morning America being interviewed by Michael Strahan. Now, during his conversation, he told Michael that he knocked, he announced, he knocked, he announced. Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, Walker, he didn't hear any of that. They didn't hear anybody saying, we're the police, we're the police. He told everyone that he shot one warning shot. My understanding is he shot downward because it wasn't his intention to kill anyone. So he shot Sergeant Jonathan in the leg. Sergeant Jonathan is saying when he entered the apartment that he had the gun aimed at him in a position. So that's why he fired. Now, the thing is, he shot him in the leg. If he was aiming upward, he would have shot him in the chest. So there's something a little askew there. I think that as this continues to evolve, we're going to learn a lot more information about this. I just don't understand. I mean, we are human beings. We're capable of making mistakes every day. Why didn't someone just say, oh my God, we went to the wrong place? Sergeant Jonathan was trying to say that the person they were looking for was someone that Breonna had dated before, and they went to her house looking for him. However, they already had him in custody. It all never should have happened. She shouldn't have lost her life. So in addition to Good Morning America, tonight on Nightline on ABC, and it's like way past my bedtime, they're going to play the entire interview between Sergeant Jonathan and Michael Strahan. So, people are still continuing to march. Sergeant Jonathan tried to bring in George Floyd and say George Floyd, died because he died due to a drug overdose. I mean, he started putting and embellishing information that had nothing to do with Breonna Taylor. And of course, Michael Strahan would not let him get away with that. And he's like, no, that's not how he died. He died because someone put their knee on his neck. So the unrest continues. And all I can continue to tell everyone is that, we have to vote. We cannot let all this injustice continue going on in the world. What do you think, Rosetta?
Yeah, I think that's really, really important, that voting is our voice, and that's the way that we're going to be heard. And thank you for explaining all about Breonna Taylor. I did not know about the show tonight, and I'm really definitely going to record that. I really want to watch that because I did not see that initially. So we'll put the information below, but for you watching, when is it again tonight?
It's on tonight, and it is right after Jimmy Kimmel. So I think it's almost tomorrow morning. It's like 12:35 a.m., something like that. But we'll put the information down below so everyone can check it out.
Oh yeah, that's my bedtime already. So
yes,
I'll have to record it.
I'm asleep by then. So this kind of brings us right on into voting. So let me tell you something. People of the United States of America are upset. Irregardless of who they're voting for, they're voting. I was talking to a friend this morning, and in Texas, one day, the first day they were allowed to vote, 100,000 ballots were received. People are voting.
Amazing.
States have never seen so many people turning out. And at the same time, while people are trying to turn out and vote, we have people who are listening to some of the president's rhetoric, and they're trying to stop the vote. They're trying to do voter suppression. Here in California, they created these fictitious ballot boxes, and it said official ballot box, but it's just a steel metal box, whereas the official one tells you all about the process of voting, where you can turn in your ballots. What do you do? How do you do it? They look distinguishedly different. So that is an opportunity for voter suppression. The president was speaking in Philadelphia, and he said something to the participants of the rally that they, in Philadelphia, they should go to polling places and watch and monitor. And one place in the country, a police officer dressed in his police officer attire with his gun, with the fact that he is a Republican and he supports the president, and he went to a polling area. Well, that's going to intimidate people. If you see someone with a gun, you're going to be a little afraid. Don't be afraid. He's a police officer. He can be put in jail just like anyone else. Let your voice be heard. Show up, vote. We only have 13 days left to change America, the unrest. If you like the way COVID is happening, that's one side you're going to vote. If you are appalled at our numbers compared to numbers throughout the world, you might vote a different way. President Obama is actually going to start in Philadelphia today, campaigning for Vice President Joe Biden. They're doing these different kinds of rallies where you see the president is out with people. Some have on masks, some don't, some social distance, some don't. President Obama is going to be doing a car rally where people sit in their cars or sit on their cars, and they get the opportunity to see and hear him without the risk of anyone being contaminated or, any possibilities of them getting COVID. So please be safe. Please be safe.
That. He's following the footsteps of Biden because he does the same thing when he's doing his rallies. They're all in their cars, social distancing. And just to let you know that there are some states, even if you haven't voted, there are some states, and I know California, because we live in California, if you have not voted and you want to vote, you can still go to your polling place and ask them that you would like to vote. So don't think that just because you haven't registered in California, you can't vote. Yes, you can. And I
Yeah,
know
you
this.
can register in person,
Yes,
right?
because I'm actually working at the one of the poll booths, and yes, you can vote if you have not registered.
Excellent. So we always tell you to go to ballotready.org to learn more about the candidates and the propositions that are up for election. There's my guy.
Yes,
Hi, honey.
say hi.
He's like, I don't want to go down, Mom. So one of the nice things, oh, he is so gorgeous. One of the nice things that we are doing here in the Bay Area is we have many different avenues of voting, and we can track our ballots. So we will know when the ballot has been received and it has been counted. And hopefully a lot of states have been in a position to do that. I know the Postal Service has been very, very slow, and we're not very pleased with how long it's taken to do nothing right now. If I mail something to someone in LA, which is in the same state, it can take 4 to 8 days, and it's the same state. Used to take 2 days before they decided to slow it down. What God has planned, nobody can stop. And I believe that the plan is for us all to be able to vote.
Yes, and if you don't want to mail it in, drop it off at your local drop-off office. That's much more secure.
Yes, very true. So another thing I saw a few minutes ago, and I was like, oh, I have to add this in because I don't know about Rosetta, but I love a good taco, even a Taco Bell taco. So, we all know that in baseball, they're actually going through the World Series. And so the Dodgers won the first game last night against the Rays. There's a player, his name is Mookie Betts. So Mookie Betts stole a base, and he also walked. And that's the first time during a World Series that has happened since 1921 when Babe Ruth did it. So therefore, if a base is stolen with a walk in an inning, everyone in America gets a free taco. The thing that most of you don't know is, when is that day? Rosetta and I are going to tell you. It is October 28th. That is Free Taco Day. So mark it on your calendar, because I promise you, with everything going on in the world, you're going to forget.
So what is that free taco? You go to a taco bar and you get one taco free?
You get one free taco, each person.
Can you choose the taco?
I would hope you would. I mean, all they have is a regular one, or the, what is it? The deluxe, the one with the sour cream.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know what you mean, like a hard taco or a soft. I'm sure you can say I want a hard or a soft. Okay. So if we get more details, we will put that next week after it's updated a little more. If we get some more information, we will share that with you, because we do our chats on Wednesday. So we'll tell you what we know about Taco Day, Free Taco Day. So congratulations to the Dodgers, and good luck going forward to both teams.
Yes, good luck to them. Yeah. That's great.
Yes. So, we always like to highlight when Ellen is doing something very special. So she had her show hosted by Tiffany Haddish, and Tiffany Haddish talked to a gentleman named Ron Findlay. He's known as the gangster gardener. He's like changing the world one garden at a time. I thought that was so beautiful. And he has the Ron Findlay Project, which is all about, teaching people how to grow foods, how to have a garden. So he was given $10,000 for his Ron Findlay Project. Once again, Ellen is reaching out to do good, her and Spotify. I think it's amazing the contributions that they're doing and the lives that they're changing. It's amazing.
Yeah, we need Ellen to keep doing this, because we don't see enough of those heroes. And without that program, we would not know of these certain heroes. I'm sure there's so much more. You know what I would love is a show just all about these heroes, highlighting all these heroes. That's what I would love.
Yes, all the positivity, all the good things that are going on.
Yeah.
Yes. That's one of the reasons we always try and include a little uptick of positivity, because, you know, we want you all to know that we love you all, and we hope you are filled with love and joy, and you express love and joy wherever you go with all that you meet. The hate and unrest in the United States of America is very, very sad. I keep telling you, and one day you're all going to go, wow, she was right. We have to quit worrying about the past, about trying to take people back to slavery. And we have to start looking at the space. I guarantee you, we're not the only intelligence in the universe. And one day, if someone ever came looking, you want us to be a unified country, a unified world. So let's love one another. Let's be safe. Wear your mask. And I'm going to turn it over to Rosetta.
Yes, be safe, wear your mask. Please, everybody. That's the only way we're going to get the numbers down. Wear your mask, wash your hands. That's so important. And vote 2020. Please vote. And in California, as I said, if you have not registered, go into your polling place and ask to vote. So
Yes.
important. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this week. We've had an amazing chat this week, especially with Lois. And that's
Yes.
a topic that we could go on for hours on, because our children are our future. They really are.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe below, hit the bell notification, and any feedback you want, put the comments below. We'd love feedback. Thank you so much. And remember to
Always
keep
smiling.
take care now. Bye-bye. Stay positive. And there's my cat.
Bye, honey. Bye.
Bye-bye.